Hello, and welcome to the Lightworker Diaries, a space for reflection, truth-telling, and soulful remembering. My name is Tiffany, and I am a truth teller, a mystic, and a mirror. These are transmissions from my heart to yours, an archive of channeled wisdom, lived stories, and the real work of becoming. May something in here stir something in you. Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about something that I know we've all fallen victim to at some point in our lives, and that is the credential trap. So many of us who are in service-related fields go above and beyond when it comes to making sure that we've got the right pieces of paper in hand to prove that we're good at what we do. For me, that started way back in high school. I went to college to become an accountant. I have a bachelor's degree in accounting. I have a master's degree in accounting. I had a CPA license, and I had 20 years of accounting experience. And so I have no problem getting paid really well for accounting because I have a ton of credentials and experience that says I'm good at that. But when I take a step back and think about where I am in this current stage of my journey, the thing that I am struggling with most is that the thing that I want to get paid for, there is a part of me that says, I don't have enough credentials to do that yet. And I know, it's wild. It's wild. You're probably like me in that you've invested lots of your own money into the things that you truly love, admire, respect, and want to be doing. But because you've done them for personal pleasure, it's almost like they don't carry enough weight to be valid in the world. At least that's the case for me. As you probably know, I have studied with the likes of James Wedmore, Alex Hermosi, Laura Belgray, Maria Forleo, like you name all the people out there who are teaching copywriting, and I've probably either taken a course, read their book, listened to their podcasts, or I don't know, whatever else that they're putting out there. Follow them on Instagram, watch their, content in some shape or form of the other. I've studied marketing, writing, and content creation for the better part of the last 10 years. But because no one gave me a fancy little piece of paper with gold script on it, I haven't felt like I could say, I'm a marketing something. And it's interesting because there has been part of me that's like, would it be helpful for me to take the pressure off to go get a job? And I know what all the accounting people titles are. Like I could go out right now and get a controller job. I could get a CFO job. I could get a director of finance or a director of operations job. Like there's a lot of titles that I know to search for. But when I think about marketing, writing, and content creation, my mind goes blank because I just haven't played in that field long enough to know what people call themselves. And I've got this whole credential trap in my head that says, but you haven't gotten paid for that yet. So who's to say you could get paid for it now? You probably need another course. That's probably the solution, right? How many times do we fall into that trap? So today I want to talk to you about something that I think we all face. When do you stop buying more programs and say, this is who I am? Because that's really the question we're facing here, right? When do you decide that you're good enough to be able to put your shingle out that says, this is what I do, and let yourself get paid for it? I know several brilliant people who are incredible coaches, and I've heard them several times say they'll sign up with a high-ticket coach. They'll start working with that coach, and then they'll go, but they're no different than I am. Yeah, literally. The only difference is they decided that they could do it. Only difference is they decided that they could do it. And so they did. I want to share something that popped up for me. I want to share something with you that happened for me recently that if I was really paying attention would have been evidence that what I'm moving toward is perfect for me. And because I'm saying it now, I'm going to put my little 1 mark point on the board and call this a point for me. And as I'm sharing this story, I want you to think about, what is it that you have been studying? Studying because you absolutely love it. And maybe you are wanting to turn it into a vocation or a career or even just a side hustle. But if it's something that you want to potentially monetize, I want you to listen carefully and do your own evidence collection. So, as you know, I invested in a high ticket mastermind this year. So, I signed up with a coach who has been in the game for at least 10 years, right? She's a multi seven figure coach. She's brilliant at what she does. We were in a mastermind session and I was talking to her about content and how I see content. And she's been in the content game for a decade, right? She's walked the walk, she's talked the talk. She gets paid to do this, right? And so we're talking, and I was telling her that I view social media like the lottery. The more tickets you buy, the better chance of winning. And I could see it click in her face. I could literally see the shift in her face. And she has said this before, so I'm not telling anything that is not already publicly known, but she has ADHD. And she said, something about the way that you said that clicked something in my ADHD mind. And I think about that every single day. And she's like, something about that turned social media into a game that I want to play. She said that content is something that she had been feeling kind of stale with, very uninspired by. And as soon as she heard that phrase out of my mouth, she leaned in. She made a commitment to start posting daily. She started having a lot of fun with it. And not only did her content take off, leads started coming in. And the next program that she put out there, a program that she has put out 4 different times, this is the 4th time, this is the biggest group that has come in. All because of one little statement. And yeah, maybe that was a little bit egoic. There was probably a lot more to that than my little comment. But the fact of the matter is, I changed the way she thought about something, and that perspective shift opened up something inside of her. And this is someone who is 10 years ahead of me in this game. And so my guess is you have moments like this too. You have moments where your fresh perspective, your I'm still learning, can shift something for someone, whether they started yesterday or they started a decade ago. Because there's something in the way that you share what you think about, in the way that you think about it, that will change someone. And that, my friend, is value. That is value, and value gets paid. It's really quite that simple. My accountant mind says so. And so let's look at another example, because I don't know, we're having fun here, right? I look at my writing. I shared this in the episode last week or earlier this week, how I just started writing poetry. And yeah, I may have just started writing poetry in April, but I have been writing every single day for the last 25 years, since I was introduced to Morning Pages by Julia Cameron. Whenever it came out, I probably could go back in my journals and grab the actual one that I started. I have my very first journal, and I know that I started writing in it in 2017 because my first entry was in 2017. So I have the evidence that I am a writer. But there's part of me that says, well, to be a writer by certain standards, you have to be a published writer. And then I look at that and I say, well, I mean, I am. I have 331 articles on a Substack, a blog that I wrote myself. I mean, that's published. I have a book on Amazon currently available for sale. That's published. I'm literally writing every day, and I don't travel anywhere, not even to the grocery store, without a journal in my bag. I mean, that's very writery. I think I just made up a word and I love it. So really, I wanted to give you these 2 examples because there are things that are so natural to me that I didn't even think about them as something that I could get paid for. Because to me, they're like breathing, especially the writing one. Dave knows, my partner, if you haven't heard his name before, Dave, He knows I wake up in the morning, I sit down with my journal, and I write until I'm done. Sometimes that's 20 minutes, sometimes that's 2.5 hours. But that's what I do every single day. And he knows that if I don't do that first thing in the morning, like if for some reason we're traveling and we're out and we're going to go do something right away, I will sit down with my journal before the end of the day. I never miss a day. And that's just who I am. And so if you are the kind of person like me who's been journaling in the quiet corners of your life because it's the only place that you feel heard, you're probably a writer too. And I ask you whether or not that is something that you would like to experience more of, right? Because there's the writing for your own personal pleasure. And I'm not saying to let go of that. That's what I do every single day. But if you love it so much that you do it every single day, is there a part of you that would like to be seen for it? Is there a part of you that would like to be known for it? Is there a part of you that would like to get paid for it? Because my guess is there might be. And there's probably a lot of stories and emotional residue wrapped around it saying, nope, not me, because it's scary. They talk about public speaking being one of the greatest fears because of the visibility. Writing is almost the same. You're putting yourself on a page and allowing other people to take that in. That's scary. But if you're like me, you probably can't imagine life any other way. And so let's just go on a little journey together. How about let's explore this together. If you're in a place where you can close your eyes, I would love to have you close your eyes. If you're driving, please do not. Place a hand on your heart, maybe one on your belly if that feels good. Take a nice deep breath. Let it out very slowly. And I want you to imagine the future version of you. And let's go way out. I'm 45. I'm imagining my 80-year-old self. Maybe you pick 80. Maybe you pick 100. Maybe you pick 6 months from now. You can pick which one you want. And I want you to imagine that version of you. I want you to hear their laugh. I want you to see, I'm going to describe mine, but she's a little wrinkly in a good way. Maybe notice how she carries herself, how she walks, how she talks. What's her vibe? Is she sassy? Is she sweet? And I want you to ask her for a piece of advice. I want you to specifically to ask her, what is it that she did that you have yet to do that she can't wait for you to try? And just listen. Just notice what it is, the gift that she has waiting for you. And I want you to notice how you feel as you receive that gloriously generous drop of wisdom from her. Feel it in your body. Feel it in your heart. Let your mind relax and open to receive it even more. This, my friend, is your destiny. This is the thing that you will become. And so the next time you think to yourself, I just need one more certification, I want you to tap into this sassy, sweet version of you and say, did you do this? And I want to watch her laugh and say, my darling, I love how much you want to be the best at what you do. And the best that you can be is the version of you who's out experiencing this world, not sitting behind a book learning about it. That's what I got for you today. A big, beautiful permission slip to go out there, to hang your shingle that says, I do this, and get paid for it. Today. This is what we came here for, my friend. Let's go. Be brave. If listening to this episode made you realize that there's a brave action that you want to take today, but you're looking for a little support in making that happen, I want you to know that I offer private intensives where we can go a little bit deeper. That may include clearing emotional residue, nervous system regulation, getting clearer. Maybe your future self wasn't as crystal clear as you would like it to be and you have more questions. These are all things that I can do so that you feel free and clear to move forward in the direction of your greatest dream. So if that is something that is of interest to you, drop into the show notes and there's a link there for you to book a session with me. If you have questions, find me on Instagram, send me a message, let's chat. I'm here for you, and when you're ready, I look forward to working together. Thank you for listening to the Lightworker Diaries. If something stirred in you today, take a breath and let it land. To go deeper, you can subscribe to the written diaries on Substack. You'll find a link in the show notes. Until next time, be true to you.